The Joe Rogan Experience.
People ask you, why don't you have a take on this?
Right.
Why haven't you tweeted about this?
Right.
Like, there was the Christchurch massacre happened, and I was reading about it, and I was like, God damn, this is fucking crazy. And I'm reading about this, and this guy was a white nationalist, and he said hi to Pootie Pie before he went and killed all these people. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
And then I never check my mentions. And then I just was, because I was on Twitter looking at all this stuff, I saw something that led to something that someone tagged me, and then I looked at my mentions for a second and like, how come you're not talking about Christchurch, you racist piece of shit? I was like, like it just happened.
Yeah.
And I don't have a take. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to say? Rest in peace? Like, what does anyone want you to say when a massacre happens? This was horrible. Everybody knows it's horrible.
Yeah, it's a weird thing now. And if you don't denounce something,
Yes.
then people, you're like, then you're on board.
You're supporting it. Yeah.
And you're like, I'm just trying to.
Well, with
live my
me,
life.
there's been situations with just talking to people. Like, they don't want you talking to certain people because those people are right wing, or those people. And you must be secretly right wing.
Right.
I'm not. I tell you, I'm not. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you believe me?
It's a weird thing. Like, I'm a liberal guy. I always call myself a '90s liberal. Like,
Before everything went sideways.
Yeah. I'm not like whatever.
You're not woke.
Is happening. Yeah. I'm a, yeah.
Alyssa Milano's calling for a sex strike.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't think that's
Good
going to work
luck.
out well.
That's what you do when no one wants to fuck you anymore.
Yeah.
You start saying crazy shit like, we're gonna have a sex strike.
Yeah.
Ladies, you're gonna hold out like that. And Tim Pool had the best take on that. He's saying, so men who agree with you won't get laid.
Right.
Like, what? It doesn't even make any sense. Like, but the idea that it's the same thing we're talking about earlier. They've lumped men into this category. Like, women are going to go on strike until we respect their reproductive rights in Georgia. First of all, it's just Georgia. You want to strike for the whole country. That's not going to help Georgia. I don't know if you understand voting, but that's not how it works.
Right.
There's state politics, local politics. Second of all, like, most men don't have anything to do with this. It's not like we have men meetings where we get together and say, hey, we got to stop these women from their exercising their reproductive rights.
Right.
So, like, you're punishing a bunch of people that have nothing to do with this because we also have penises? Like, what's the thought process there? This is so... But it's such an obvious virtue signal. It's so obvious that this is like pussy hats and the women's march. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. And then we're gonna sex strike. And a bunch of our friends probably like, yeah, this is gonna work. Like, this is not how to handle things. It's not us. I've never voted against women's reproductive rights.
Right.
So if you're telling like my wife she can't fuck me because if she does, she's not down for the cause. Like, what are you're orchestrating everyone's sex life? That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just gonna make people angry at you.
It's a little strange, and I'm like, I think that guy's an asshole. Can I still get laid?
Yeah, no.
I think he stinks.
No, you can't. And abortion's such a fucking creepy subject too, because it's such a minefield. Like, if you're a man and you even talk about it, like, first of all, why are you talking about it? It has nothing to do with you. It's a woman's right to choose in a woman's body. Like, okay, I get it. Yes, but it's a thing. So if it's a thing, you're allowed to talk about a thing. Right. And this thing happens to be a fetus that could become a Joe List or a Jamie Vernon or a Joe Rogan or who the fuck. It's going to be a person if it keeps going.
Who is Jamie Vernon?
That guy right there.
Oh, hey, Jamie.
Young Jamie. So that as the fetus grows, it will become a person. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't be able to terminate the pregnancy. I'm not saying that. But that is what it is. It's going to be a person. And to pretend anything else, it's like no one wants you to discuss it that way. Like, no one wants you to say that this is a viable offspring. It's going to be a person someday. No one wants you to say that. It's just there's code words like a woman's right to choose. There's like these ways of describing it, which I agree with. I'm not a pro-life person. I'm a pro-choice person.
Right.
But when it gets to be like 5 months old, and then people are saying, well, that's just a woman's right to choose. Okay, it is. But that's a baby now. Like, that thing could live outside the womb.
But isn't there, isn't that law, I haven't read that much.
The Georgia law?
But I don't know the Georgia law, but like this thing with now they can late term, isn't that specifically if the baby or mother is in danger?
No, not everywhere. In some places it is. In some places it's not. In some places you just have the right to have an abortion up until a certain amount of time. And I think it varies. I don't think there's a federal guidelines. I think that's one of the reasons why Georgia just instituted this 6-week thing. Like their thing is the moment the child has a heartbeat, and that apparently is 6 weeks in.
Right.
But sometimes people don't even find out they're pregnant until 7, 8, 9 weeks in, and then you're saying they have to carry the baby.
Yeah.
You know? It's a fucking minefield.
Yeah, it's a hard, and like many subjects, people want it to be just kind of black and white.
Yeah, well, we need to have a sex strike to soothe this out.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Girls, we're going to go on a sex strike. How many women read that and were like, yeah, none? How about
Not
0?
many. Maybe a few thousand.
A few crazy bitches just out of their and a few men like, yes, please take it away from me. Please, let me show my virtue. Let me show my virtue.
Yeah, I imagine it's a small amount.
Imagine being her husband. She's like, we're going on a sex strike. That's it, sex strike. And he sees the Twitter post, and she made a poster for it, like with the little fucking pink ribbon and shit. Like, good Christ. He's probably like, talking to his lawyer, like, what? Okay, what would I lose? Okay, if I left right now, like, how much? What would I have to pay? Like, what if she contests that? Okay, and then how much are the legal fees? All right, how many? What is like an average amount of time you have to spend in court? It's all men. They all did it. No sex for any men until we get our rights.
Well, it's a very similar. I mean, isn't that the mindset of racism?
Yes, exactly.
It's a very similar mindset of like, oh, someone was murdered. These, 6 guys in the train were yelling at me.
Exactly.
No more Latinos on the train.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's generalizations. And the idea that you have anything to do with other males. And it's even crazier than racism because it's like the whole gender. It's the whole gender. It's like not just like just white guys suck. No, it's like fucking everybody sucks. Nobody gets any pussy.
Right.
Until we sort this out.
Yeah. But do you think maybe part of it is just that?
What is this, Jamie? Oh, this is Bridget, my friend Bridget Fantasy.
Oh,
she
that's
said
hilarious.
someone tell Alyssa Milano's husband to call me. But you know what's funny is
She liked it.
Yeah, she liked
Yeah, I
it.
thought that
Alyssa
was
Milano liked it.
Well,
Look,
it's a good joke.
she's got it. It is. She's funny. Bridget Fantasy is very funny.